Curtain Jerks is brought to you by Audible.com. Get your free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android. Whoa! Lightning! Smoke!
Yeah, love to read. Yeah, good times.
Macho Man Randy Savage, what are you doing here?
Yeah, love to read. Talking about reading. Yeah, got a book right here.
Hey, wait a minute. You know, with audible.com /audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network.
There's a lot of slashes in there. I don't know if any of those are accurate.
Really? Let me try that again. You know, at audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network, you can read things with your ears on your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle, or your MP3 player.
What do you mean? I don't have to pick up a book no more?
Yeah, you had the most muscular pinky I'd ever seen when you picked up that book.
That's right. See, the problem is that I have with books is they're my enemy. Yeah, because I always get paper cuts. That's why I always got tape on my fingers.
Macho Man Randy Savage, you don't have to cut your fingers anymore on books. You can listen to these books.
No more paper cuts?
No more paper cuts.
The beauty of Audible is I got no more paper cuts, so I can read even more with my ears.
That sounds like a hell of a slogan. The beauty of Audible is no more paper cuts.
No more paper cuts for the Macho Man. No. So you telling me that I gotta pay for no more paper cuts?
See, that's the beauty part, Macho Man Randy Savage. With this, you get a free audiobook once you use the Curtain Jerks promo code.
Free audiobook? Yeah, dig it.
That's free, and then you're also going to be free of paper cuts.
Free of paper cuts, free downloads, free everything. The show is free. I like it.
You know what, Macho Man Randy Savage? You're welcome.
Let's go to the circus.
Let's do it.
Welcome, everyone, to Curtain Jerks, right here on the Comedy Podcast Network. I'm Scott Narver.
I'm Steve Sears.
And you're...
Oh!
Screwing the pooch.
Old habits die hard.
That was total instinct that I did that.
Listeners right now are going,
Let's start over.
No way. We're keeping this.
No, I'm saying let's start. I will start the intro.
Oh, okay.
Let's get it smooth.
Yeah. Just like, this is like a Raw that people think are a SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly.
So they just try the spot again without fault.
Yeah, we're going to retape it, right? We'll get all the crew on that side of the arena.
Just cut this part out, all right?
Yeah.
This is Raw, buddy.
We'll just move all the crew and the extras over so it looks like they're there in the background.
This is the life of Sin Cara right here. This is what's happening. We all got broken fingers.
I am sorry, guys. That was like complete instinct. I didn't mean to mess up the intro.
Well, welcome, everyone, to Curtain Jerks right here on the Comedy Podcast Network. I'm Scott Narver.
I'm Steve Sears.
And with us this week, a very special guest that all of you are dying to hear from. That's why he answered immediately. One of the originators that can't be duplicated. One of the funniest guys we know back on the podcast, Marc Warzecha, is here.
I'm Marc Warzecha.
Oh, man.
That was weird. Because that's how we always used to do the intro.
Yeah.
Just shoot around, quickly
used
say
to do
our,
the intro.
I used to do the intro, quickly say our names, and just instinct kicked in, and I jumped right in there. I'm sorry, guys. That was rude.
No, that's you can't.
I thought he was going to do that.
You can't unteach that instinct.
It's with me for the rest of my life.
That's
Don't
the it
fight
factor.
that. Don't fight that. That's
Bobby-
the it and X factor.
That's Bobby Roode doesn't have it, Mark. You do. So this week we went to SummerSlam. We were there live. You may have seen the photos on Facebook.com/Curtain Jerks or on Twitter.
Or maybe one of the times when the camera was panning really quickly across the arena, you might have saw us.
Yeah, you might have seen us.
I
up
had
there.
nachos. Mark had some delicious kettle corn. Scott had a soda. Did you have a soda?
I had a soda and nachos.
Soda and nachos.
And we were there with some other friends of ours. And yeah, we got to talk about it. The whole experience there.
Indeed.
Starting now.
Now Mark's quiet. Well, okay. So we didn't make it in time for the kickoff match. Me and my friend that weren't.
We
couldn't make it in time. Yeah.
Steve.
So we watched it from the other side of the arena, not at our seats, and hanging up high, like where the security is to check your ticket.
Yeah, the portal right behind the curtain. That's where we stopped.
And they get upset. They don't like it when you do that.
They don't like you hovering.
Yeah.
Well, can you reveal
I don't mean to pimp you guys out, but are you willing to reveal why you ended up missing that first match? Because I think the listeners would be interested.
I ended up missing that first match mostly because we had to ditch our postcards.
There's Curtain Jerks postcards.
Yeah, we're going to do advertising at the show. I arrived late because there were 3 accidents on the way to the show.
Because Scott was flyering on the freeway.
Yeah. Hey, they're all headed towards Los Angeles. It's a big-time event. It's trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
So we didn't make it in time to hand out postcards before the show. So then when we arrived there, I see Steve in line, and he says, yeah, you have to ditch him. They wouldn't let him in with the postcards. Paper. They wouldn't let us in with paper.
It's true.
Because you figure we're at SummerSlam, we're going to hand out postcards to people at the show to listen to Curtain Jerks.
And we did it before. We brought postcards in, right?
Yeah, we did. But they checked you, and they saw this deadly paper, and they said, no way.
I think, if anything, Staples was told by WWE, don't let any TNA flyering going on. And I think they just assumed because it said wrestling that we were promoters. Big-time promoters.
Did you guys have them in your hand, or did they, like, search you and find the postcards in your pockets?
I took them out of my pockets and put them in the little plastic bin for the metal detector.
And they were like, you can't come in with these.
Yeah. And I said, oh, I'm planning on flyering after the show, but why would I flyer inside? And she was like, no.
Oh, you know why? Women don't handle logic. Should have connected to her on an emotional level.
I don't know if that's true. I know that if a woman gets angry, it takes her twice as long. Not just angry, but like in a heightened emotional state, it takes her twice as long to sort of cool down than a guy does.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's like radiation fallout.
This is good. This is good for the listeners right here for their relationships.
I think that's why people listen.
So it's the great political commentary and gender studies.
Via wrestling. So we couldn't get in. So we had to go ditch our flyers.
Yeah.
And then we put them in
I found a fake potted plant by the LA Convention Center, and I put all my postcards in there. So, warning to all listeners: if you know that Curtain Jerks is going to be at the event, check all the potted plants because you'll find knives and like little bottles of booze and like tiny little one-hitters because that's where we hide that stuff before we go in.
Yeah, my friend Steve brought a knife to the show because he brings a knife everywhere. So when we couldn't bring in our postcards, I go, "You don't have your knife on you, do you?" And he goes, "Of course I do."
That was right when he ran back from hiding the postcard.
Wait, did he get in with a knife?
We thought he did.
Yeah, because we both looked down the escalator.
Instantly went in right after us.
Yeah.
And I just thought he was going to just be ballsy and bring it right in.
Yeah.
And so the second we get past the guy that scans the ticket, we were so excited, like, yeah, fucking A, way to go, man.
We're going to go fucking stab some people.
And he goes, oh, yeah, I just threw it away. I'm like,
oh shit.
I was late to SummerSlam because Phil, producer of the podcast, and I were walking. We parked several blocks away because we thought it would be convenient. It wasn't. And then as we're walking to SummerSlam, there was a woman and a 2-man camera crew set up, and they asked us a sex quiz for MSN.
Between you two?
Both me and Phil did like a 7-minute sex quiz.
Did you guys answer like you two were having sex with one another?
That's what I thought she implied when she was like, "Hey, do you guys mind if I ask you two about sex?" And Phil's wearing a Curtain Jerks t-shirt, and I'm wearing a green t-shirt, and like this is apparently
Team player.
Apparently, it's going up this week on MSN.com on the homepage.
What's like one of the questions they asked?
One of them was, "What do you think the percentage of people are that have had sex in public?" And I guessed 60%, and it was 70%.
Oh, really? Yeah, I would have guessed 69.
Yeah, I was tempted to.
What counts as public? 70%?
Yeah,
that seems really high.
It is really high. But what I said,
your dick out in the sun hitting it.
Yeah, but
it has to be daytime.
I asked for
public
or
daytime.
Moonlight. Or moonlight. Yeah, I think it's atmosphere. It just has to be hit by atmosphere. I asked what the criteria was because I was like, "You mean like right now in front of people?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, just in general." I was like, "Oh, you mean like parking lots and church benches?" And so that was sort of. I think it's just the general.
That's daring.
It's the
church bench.
It's the shared public space.
Do you mean like a pew?
I've heard about pews and confessional booths before.
Well, that's one thing. You got a curtain and a door.
Yeah, but with a confessional booth, you can lay down. You can pull out that little thing for your knees.
You mean the pew?
Yeah, that's a bench.
Right. Well, you said the booth. So.
Hey, Scott, I'm non-denominational, okay?
Do you fuck in a temple?
That's non-denominational, man.
All right.
So they told you all the answers, though, right?
No, they told me all the answers after I got them all right.
Oh, like Family Feud.
Yeah, let's go to the board. So actually, I wanted to actually, that was my plug of the week, because I wanted to see if that actually made it to the MSN homepage.
Well,
and because if we did, Phil is wearing a fucking Curtain Jerks t-shirt on an MSN This Week in Sex or whatever the hell it's called.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I had sex during SummerSlam
You
at
did?
Staples Center. Did you guys didn't notice?
I was sitting next to you.
I had a sexual encounter with the Macho Man Randy Savage lookalike guy that was sitting in front of us.
Well,
That's all I
okay.
did hear. Ooh, yeah.
That's
Ooh,
what
yeah.
that's what that was.
Oh, I did hear snap into it, and I heard you scream.
That was it.
But you made it in on time, right? You made it to your seat.
Yeah,
and
you know, I got there at just past 4:00, and it was because we all kind of drove separate and met up there, and I got there just past 4, and the building wasn't open yet, which I thought was a little effed up.
Because the match had already started.
Well, it was started. The match, the pre-show had started because it was an hour-long pre-show this time around.
What? Because of Booker and them standing up in the rafters?
Yeah, they're doing that part of it. You know, the
Right.
NBA live kind of thing that they're simulating.
Which I have a note about, which once you're done, I want to bring up for you guys.
You need storytelling for the commentary for the storytelling that's happening in the ring.
And at live events, they mic it. So you can hear the round table.
That creeped me out.
So weird. And like if you can't see them, you suddenly hear Vicky Guerrero, and there's like a 7 to 8 second pause as the entire arena's like, "Who the wait? Yeah, Vicky Guerrero."
But yeah, so it kind of sucked because at least when I got there, we had to stand outside for a long time. It took us like 15 or 20 minutes standing outside and then waiting in line to come in. And it was hot and just kind of shitty because, you know, I mean, I don't know. I work in theater. It's close to like arena events. It's, you know, people waiting out. Like the time you would open a house, you know, should be relative
At the
to
theater, you open up the venue early so that way people can get merch.
I mean, don't you
for the
want
show.
people
Yeah,
in the building
playbills.
nice and early so they're comfortable and set and walking around? Because by the time that pre-show started, I think the building was the actual 4:30 pre-show when they had the match and everything. I think the building was a third full.
Yeah, it looks empty. It looks bad on camera.
And it was and it's not because people weren't there. People were there. They were standing outside still. They were in line
That
standing
is
outside.
so bizarre. I wonder if
Staples Center's a pain in the ass.
yeah, a lot of this, what we determined is Staples really dropped the ball this
It might
year.
be that security.
Yeah.
I was telling you guys just before we started recording. Our friend Josh came to the show, and he likes to dress up as wrestling characters when he goes to the show. So
do you know of his past characters that he's dressed up as? To
I don't.
previous shows?
I don't know. He told me he always does it, and that it's just fun for him. It's like Halloween for him. He comes up in new costumes for every show. And I know for SummerSlam he did a Shield member, and for
And that's what you said too. He's a Shield member. He wasn't specific. You didn't specifically look at him and go like, he's Seth Rollins because he's got the blonde.
It's like
streak in
going
the
to
hair.
comic convention as Doctor Who, not a specific one, just Doctor Who.
I'm not sure if he was aiming for a specific one or not, but he had a pretty cool
I'm an
outfit.
Avenger.
He had combat boots and the kind of pants and the those kind of khaki pants. But anyways,
Did he have a belt? Because that would have narrowed it
he
down.
did
a little
not
bit.
have a belt.
Ooh, why?
He did not have a belt.
Okay.
But he had, the Shield kind of that black vest on, that black like combat vest or tech vest or whatever it is. It took him
tactical vest with all the pouches and pockets.
And we all walked in together. We ran into each other out there. He was stuck at security forever. I think that's because the security guards were surrounding him, checking every single pocket in that vest. And I think that might be a lot of why it takes people so long to get into that building is the security.
Because of the Shield.
Because of the Shield.
They're dangerous.
Believe in the Shield. Believe it'll take a while.
I bet the same amount of time would have been spent on a guy showing up in a Damien Sandow robe. That they would have been like, why are you dressed in
Damien
a
Sandow
fucking
robe.
bathrobe here?
Even if it was just Damien Sandow trunks and he wasn't wearing knee pads or boots, he would have taken that.
Yeah,
long.
like, excuse me, why are you wearing that? I'm at a wrestling show, man. Fuck off.
Yeah. You know you're not wearing pants? Yeah, it's my costume.
So anyways, yeah, I did get in there in time for the pre-show.
The kickoff match.
For the kickoff match.
Which was fun. I got to see it, and then when Big Show and Mark Henry came out,
Yeah.
and the Shield, like that added that element of, oh well, shit, I don't know what's gonna happen now.
It was fun. The crowd was hot for it. The match was good, at least live. I didn't watch anything back on TV yet, and I know the experience can be different, watching stuff on TV versus live.
What have you guys heard what the verdict is watching SummerSlam on TV?
People seem to like it. I think I think people thought it was a really good show. From
assume
everything
they
I
did.
hear.
Because for me, the first half of the show really was sort of it was the second half that really ramped up, and it made it completely worth it for me. It was Punk and Lesnar and Daniel Bryan Cena that made it incredible. and then everything else was sort of like, I just felt like I was there.
And Del Rio and Christian was surprisingly great too.
Yeah.
That was a really good match as well.
Well, we had the Ring of Fire match to start.
Yeah.
That started everything off. There, we saw this was a show where seemingly being live, we didn't really catch much of anything that the home audience didn't see.
Right.
I don't think.
Right.
Like there wasn't a lot of those moments, which I always like those, but
Where
at
it's
first
like,
I'm like,
yeah, what happened
look,
live?
there's the firemen. I see the firemen. I bet they're not going to show those guys on TV. And then one of them, I guess, was a wrestler because he got beat up.
Yeah. They had shown us the one thing about the Ring of Fire match. I don't know if you guys were in the building yet for this, but they brought the firemen out and they set up the Ring of Fire stuff after the Rob Van Dam match.
Right.
And they tested it a few times.
Yes, I was there for that.
Okay. Yeah. So we as a live audience had seen what this thing was going to look like before the actual match happened. Which I suppose
we all responded unanimously with "Whoa!"
Yeah.
The entire audience. Yeah.
I noticed from reading online, the people kind of shit on that match quite a bit. The Ring of Fire match.
Well,
the
it seemed
people
unfair.
who watched it on TV. Live, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad because live you've got that spectacle of like, I mean, that fire looks like awesome.
It looks
Yes.
when they're
really
doing the
cool.
moves.
And it's hot.
And it's hot.
And there's always that little bit of when you're there that I don't know their names yet. Between the big guys, when the one's holding the kendo stick and he was trying to get it lit.
Yeah.
Oh, is it not lighting? Is he gonna? You just constantly think that something's gonna happen.
Right.
When he put what they explained on TV, which I think would have been odd on the pay-per-view, hearing it, that they really justify that cloth that they put on it. Did you hear that on Raw?
Oh, I'm sure that's
no,
like
no,
that's
no.
a fire blanket. I just
It's a
assumed
fire.
that's a fire retardant
covered
blanket.
and asbestos and it's all this
Oh,
explanation.
yeah,
to it.
because
It's like-
live we were like, what the hell? Why isn't this blanket just lighting on fire?
And a couple times
and it did.
Oh, yeah, and it did.
It did. Like right before he jumps through it, that there's that little spurt of fire. Then you're like, oh shit, we're gonna see that guy catch on fire today.
That guy's
Yeah.
beard is going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is some excitement in the building watching a match like that live. And you're right that a lot of it is attached to, like, some shit could go horribly wrong here right
And
now.
you want to see it live. They also were piping in fire noise. The
Yes.
entire time. It
Yes.
was like,
Crackle, 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 crackle.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Because there was that elimination chamber or no way out, whatever they called it, when Undertaker was set on fire.
Uh-huh.
Remember that when he came down for his entrance and
When there was a fuck up, yeah.
yeah, and the fire went off on him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
you told me about this.
Yeah, that it's when he comes out, it's the fire on the sides of the ramp
Right.
that hit, and then when he walks through and then is on the middle of the ramp walking down, then it's the center fire in the ramp that goes off. Well, that went off right away.
Yeah.
And he just ball of flame, took off the jacket, and played it off like I didn't get set on fire. But you would think for storyline purposes, you might as well run with it. Might as well run with the fact of you got set on fire.
Yeah, take the
kinda
take the
badass.
loss that night.
Yeah.
Because you've already taken the loss
And
that night.
he is a dead man. He's basically a walking corpse. So, of course, he's going to, like, light up right away.
Yeah.
He's
It's
a
full of all
dried
that-
out walking corpse.
full of all that embalming fluid. And that's that old-timey Western embalming fluid.
I think he had, if I remember this right, seriously, I think he had like some 3rd-degree burns.
Yeah,
like
they-
it wasn't like just like he got burned a little bit. Like he got like fucked up.
Yeah, his chest was all messed up. His eyebrows were all scorched. And then they were giving him bottles of water when in the pod, just constantly pouring on himself. When they don't acknowledge, yeah, he was set on fire, so he may lose this match now because of this.
Wait a minute, Undertaker burned 3rd-degree burns, still wrestled an elimination chamber match. Sin Cara dislocated a finger on Raw, ordered the whole match to be stopped in the middle and just quit.
Immediately calls the ref with the other hand like, hey, come here. No good. No good.
Wow. They don't make them like they used to.
They don't make
guys.
them like they used
No, they
to.
don't. Well, speaking of Raw, we'll get back to SummerSlam in a minute. Darren Young had his first outed match.
It was so gay. So gay.
I was disgusted. It was weird.
I'm really glad the commentators didn't go into it. I'm
Yeah.
glad it's not a statistic now, like a football stat or something that Michael Cole can, like,
Well,
well,
you
played
imagine-
varsity in college, went all pro, and fully gay.
Yeah, can you imagine Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler trying to talk about human sexuality, like during a
With
match?
JBL defending it or going
Yeah,
against it.
JBL trying to
really
be like
angrily.
trying to be the heel commentator. It's like, you know what? That's his choice. That's
Man,
fine.
if you want to climb a mountain, that's fine. Whatever, man. If you want to climb on a dick, more power to you.
Yeah, like I'm glad they didn't address it, but at the same time, they didn't address it. So it was like, well, you made such a big deal about it over the weekend. It's puzzling to me. I'm not sure where they're trying to go.
Michael Cole did keep saying Darren Young from behind during the commentary.
Is that true?
Yes, he did.
Oh my God!
I mean, it happened to be what was happening in the match, but I'm just saying. No, they've handled this with like a surprising amount of sophistication and class.
That's what's so weird. When is this gonna blow up in their face?
You keep waiting. Like when I was watching Raw, and it was like, as soon as Zeb Coulter was out there, and he's like, WWE's been in the news this past weekend. I was like, here we go with the anti-gay slurs.
Well, you'd think that with everything that culminates at the end of the show with Triple H, the McMahons, and the Shield, like fending off the one person that's trying to get their glory day, that it's actually Darren Young they're thinking of.
Yeah.
That they're keeping away, but they're using Daniel Bryan for the meantime.
It was, honestly, I will say I was shocked that they did not attempt to exploit this in some type of classless way. Just because that is their style, really, and that's their that's their history. You know, that's their history of doing it. And I was scared. I was like, is the crowd gonna start some gay slur chant during his match?
Right. If they chant Husky Harris and Goldberg,
right,
something was millions of dongs is sure to hit is sure to hit the chant soon.
But they didn't. They were as disinterested as they always are during primetime players matches.
Well, I thought we should get AW back on the show.
Oh, yeah.
AW's been on the show several times.
So what does he think about all
He's
this?
very controversial, and he was their former manager.
I know. Did he know? Does he know that Darren Young was gay?
He seems to be up on these things. Like, he seems to know the latest and controversial
Guys,
stuff.
I had a feeling this was going to come up, and so I booked him after this post-SummerSlam curtain jerks.
Well done,
Well,
Sears.
good.
Thank
Good.
you. Thank you.
Is he here? Is he in the lobby?
Hey, he's in the breakfast guest lounge.
Oh, good. All right. Well, then let's just buzz him in.
Okay. Hey, y'all, how you doing?
AW, it's a pleasure to have you back on the show. Abraham Washington for everyone at home.
That's my name. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
I'm Marc Warzecha.
Yeah, good to have you back, man. Go on, ask me some questions.
Well, you seem to be you're wetting your lips.
Am I?
You seem to be very happy about something coming up.
Nothing, just
You're
controversy brings back controversy, so I guess some people are going to have some jobs.
You are moving your head back and forth and making Cosby face right now.
I'm just a tasty fish in a big pond, so that's all I'm saying, okay?
AW, this past weekend, Darren Young has outed himself as being a gay wrestler.
Oh, man, has he? Wow, that's incredible. I can't even believe it. It's great, isn't it? Well, yeah.
You keep tightening your tie. I don't think you can tighten your tie anymore.
I'm pleased as punch that this is going on because that means they're going to bring me back.
Well, why would they bring you back?
Controversy.
Did you know this whole time that Darren Young was gay?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I wanted to out him last SummerSlam and call it Bummer Bam.
Call it what?
Bummer Bang.
Wait, what?
Bummer Bang.
You wanted to call the show Bummer Bang?
Yeah, featuring Darren Young. What is that? What's wrong? What's so funny about that?
It's funny. I mean,
a man can't enjoy his own sexuality and force it upon everyone at a wrestling pay-per-view. I'm sure they're going to accept it about it.
AW, you seem to be talking with more of a lisp in this.
What, are you saying that it's affected? Are you saying that I'm affected by this situation and that I'm trying to somehow capitalize on someone else's stuff?
Are you trying to be the Rico in a Billy and Chuck situation? Because this seems to be real. This isn't just.
Oh, this is very real. This is as real as it's gonna get. Scott Narver, Marc Warzecha, Steve Sears.
Why do you have big sideburns right now, a la Rico?
These big sideburns?
Yes.
My uncle had big sideburns in the 70s, so I'm growing out my big sideburns.
Then can you explain your leopard pants?
Oh, these leopard pants?
Yes.
I just found them in the parking lot. And I was like, those are classy. I'm going to wear them.
Mark, this seems a little sketchy to me. Like,
yeah.
You seem to want to cash in on this to make a name for
Seems
yourself.
a little opportunistic,
Me
actually.
cashing in? Oh, come on, guys. Just cashing in on something great that's happening around SummerSlam? Y'all bunch of sick fools.
Look, you seemingly want to cash in on Darren Young and something that Darren Young had the strength and courage to do for himself.
I have strength. I have courage. Here, listen to this. Listen to this,
Okay.
all right? Okay?
Okay.
All right? Okay, all right. So you got a bunch of 17-year-old to 29-year-olds in Egypt that don't have any jobs. And so they're going and doing a bunch of violent stuff. It's a nation of unrest, right?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Give them all Game Boys. Have
you?
my
No,
other time.
now I misheard you
can't-
before. Did you say Game Boys or Gang Boys? Because I don't know what you're saying right now. Because you're trying
Hey,
to
my
cash in.
friend Darren Young is a gang boy, so you back off.
Yes.
What about Titus O'Neil? Is he gay?
Yeah, what about Titus O'Neil? I mean, you're controversial. Darren Young's created news. Titus O'Neil, what's going on with him?
Yeah.
His shoulders are as big as basketballs.
Okay.
That's about all he's got going on. And he looks like one of the bad guys from Fifth Element.
So,
Not the president.
No, not the president of the world, Tiny Lister Jr. No. You want back in on this clearly to cash in.
What do you even imply? Yes.
Yes. There's
that
no
is true.
implication. I'm just calling you out.
You're calling
looking
me out,
for
and
a
I'm
payday.
picking up the phone. Yes.
You're looking for a payday off of
Yeah,
this.
I want a big payday. I want a payday pay-per-view. And the pay-per-view can be called Payday, and it's me sucking off Darren Young.
Okay.
Okay, AW, we're gonna have to ask
No,
you to
come
leave.
on, man. Just a taste. Let me just. I need
Look, that's
something,
on your
man.
personal
Just come
time.
on.
No, you look, write a tell-all book or something. But no, we're not helping you out with this.
Wrestling fans don't buy books, and they don't put them on Audible.
I know it's a shame. They're our sponsor, and yet Audible doesn't put any wrestling books on there,
Yeah, all right.
except for Tatum Brown, which is available now on Audible.com.
What's the promo code?
Comedy Pod. It's at the beginning of the show. It's
All
pre-recorded.
right, millions of dollars.
That was disgusting.
Wow.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, to take advantage of Darren Young's situation.
There was, I'm sure, there was
That's
a
what
meeting.
access is for. Buy a ticket for access through
Right.
Vince
Well,
McMahon.
Scott and I were talking about this. I think that he started to talk to someone on the plane. That's why it happened at LAX airport. he was talking to a corporate and he was like, "Hey guys, really like to come out. You know, I think it's time." And they're like, and then like Stephanie McMahon and a couple of like advertising people went to the back of the plane and they were like, "Geez, I don't know, how can we capitalize on this?" It's like, well, what's the T-shirt situation? Well, it's like, I don't know, maybe a shirtless tee, like a shirtless tee, like just no T-shirt. We'll just sell it as a Darren Young T-shirt. I don't know. And that's why when he landed, he did it at the airport. That's what was so strange about it.
It was very strange to do that for TMZ at a baggage claim.
It definitely, like, I wonder if we'll ever find out the real story of how this all happened, and we probably won't. Like, it definitely seemed like a work to me, like that this was pre-planned, that TMZ
And the Friday of
had worked
SummerSlam.
with, the Friday before SummerSlam. He's
and
in
that
a
you're so
completely,
comfortable to just like, oh yeah, hey guys, and I'm gay.
I mean, it was obviously planned that this. Why would the interviewer even ask him that about gay wrestlers, and
and
that
if
he would come
he's
out?
waiting at baggage claim, like, is that all you could get? Was
And it-
Darren Young? Like,
Yeah.
you're not going after anybody else.
It was planned, but to what degree they coordinate it with WWE and all of that, I'd be interested to know, and we may never know.
We may never
We
know.
may never know. But it was kind of funny, though. They didn't, like, exploit it in any way, but it was kind of funny that they, like, gave him the big win.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And over celebratory.
Yeah.
Very over celebratory.
They were like, how about that Darren Young, huh?
But I always feel like when they do that, they're always testing the waters. They're like, how about that Darren Young? Huh?
Good, because he's going to get
How
beat down
about-
next week
how
by the
about-
Shield.
Yeah. Like, they're always sort of checking in. Like, every time they say something, it's like, this guy's really on the fast track.
But they clearly were aware of, like, this is the first time this guy's going to be really on TV in a showcase position since he came out. So, like, we can't have him, like, job to Antonio Cesaro in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, he's got the big victory.
And speaking of big victories, I think probably one of the best matches at SummerSlam, Brie Bella brought it home for the Bellas.
What happened?
Can I say something? This is the honest to God truth.
I'm excited.
We were there for SummerSlam Live, sat and watched the whole thing, right?
Right.
I got home later that night, and I was like, what did people on the internet think of it?
That's how you prompt your computer to start.
Yes.
That's
voice
the
listens to me. That's what I
computer.
say.
What did people on the internet think?
And it turns out it tells me. And I scroll down through the card, and I'm like, Brie Bella versus Natalia. I swear to God.
Oh, I'm having a flashback right now. I remember Bret the Hitman Hart's
Yes!
music hit,
Yes!
and the audience went fucking nuts.
Yes!
Everybody went fucking crazy.
Like, I remember that happening. Bret Hart's music hit. Natalia came out.
And then I just blacked out.
Yeah, then we started talking about like Bret Hart.
Yeah.
I had no memory whatsoever of Brie Bella ever being on the show.
I can tell you
or who
everything.
Natalia wrestled or anything.
I
I
can
was
tell you
like,
about
I
the-
watched this match.
I can tell you about the kettle corn you got and share it with me. I can tell you about the nachos, the grande nachos
Yes.
I had with carne asada. I can tell you about the downtown dog I had that had onions, relish, deli mustard, mayonnaise, and ketchup on it. I could not tell you anything about this
No,
match.
I didn't remember that it happened at all.
I did not go to the bathroom. I was I was in the arena for this match.
No, you peed in your cup, in your soda
And
cup.
I made a big deal of it. I was like, Mark, check this out. There was a lot going on. Apparently, so also was there was a match.
I was aware that I ignored it. I guess good for you guys.
I didn't even know I ignored it.
Yeah, I knew it was happening. I was shocked of the placement of it because I thought that was going to be between Brock and Punk versus Daniel Bryan and Cena.
It seemed like the mixed tag match and that women's match should have been switched in the
Yes.
order. Yeah.
Oh my God, there was a mixed tag match.
Yeah. Yes, there was.
Where was I?
I don't know. I don't know what happened to you.
Yeah.
You clearly fell out of it.
I literally, I think there was a time where I was just so focused on eating that I wasn't even watching.
Mark, we talked over the weekend. I wanted you to tell your story about because for Total Divas,
Oh, yeah.
the Total Divas story that you and your girlfriend.
Oh.
That story for the podcast.
Oh,
Not,
just
not the other Total Divas.
Just
story.
about how she won't watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she
It's been you've said before how she watched Tough Enough with you.
yeah, my girlfriend loves all those reality shows, Real Housewives, and I can't think of another one right now, but Dance Moms, but like
Jersey Shore.
she a little bit Jersey Shore, yeah.
Okay.
But she watches, she just loves all that stuff, DVRs it all, watches it all every night, and tweets about it. Like it's like really into this stuff. So I was when Tough Enough came on, the most recent one where Austin was the host. I was like, let's watch this. I thought it might be a chance for us to like watch something together that's kind of in both of our worlds, right?
Right.
Like wrestling and she liked it. She got really into it. She liked it a lot, and still like it's kind of funny, but like still to this day is like, what happened to that guy? Like the
Andy Levine.
yeah, because the show worked for her.
Didn't he win American Idol?
He won wrestling's American Idol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
He's
show,
the voice of America's wrestling idol.
it was kind of interesting in that sense because she's like not a wrestling fan, but watched Tough Enough and was sold on it and was sold on like, hey, this guy's gonna be the next star.
Right.
He's won the WWE contract. She was really confused at the end of Tough Enough. Remember when Vince McMahon punched Andy in the
Yes.
Tough Enough
And they
finale?
got a stunner, right?
Live on Raw. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he got a stunner. But Vince McMahon like punched him in the fucking face on live TV when he won.
Right.
And knocked him down. And she was like, why would they do that to him? Which is like completely logical in the real world.
Right.
Like you're trying to build this.
There's the storyline sort of like justify it. It's like, yeah, but they're just trying. It's like, no, he just got hit in the face.
His employer just hit him.
Right. Yeah, like didn't make any sense to her.
Right.
Anyways, this is a long story. So you asked me to tell a short story, which is so I asked her. So she liked all that and loved Austin. And so I was like, this Total Divas thing is coming on. I bet you'll like it. And she turned it on for like 5 minutes and watched it. And I was like, did you watch it? And she was like, yeah. And I go, what'd you think? She's like, I shut it off right away because there was like wrestling on it. So she just saw them wrestling and was done.
It didn't sell her.
Yeah,
Couldn't sell her.
She loved Austin, by the way, on the Tough Enough show.
He was incredible.
So-
he was better on that than he is on Raw.
He was unbelievable on that show. But she was like, she doesn't know wrestling at all. So we were watching Tough Enough, and this is, 2 years ago or whatever, and she was like, this guy should be a huge star. This Stone Cold Steve Austin, oh my God, why isn't he like an enormous star, like a household name? He's fantastic. And I'm like, he is. He's the biggest wrestling star of all time.
You should get her to watch Redneck Island.
Yes, that's what we should do. Redneck Island.
Yeah, because that's his show. He's the star of it,
Yeah.
and he's the host.
Yes, that's perfect. I've not seen it yet.
I submitted for it.
Really?
Yeah, there was a casting call and I submitted for it.
You look like
You're not a
burnt out
redneck.
Russian mafia.
I know I'm a city
island
boy.
is
I
what
thought
you look
maybe I
like.
could be the token city boy.
You got to shave up and clean up.
Come on.
No, look at you. Look like a burnout Russian mafia hitman.
Hey, that's insulting to burned out Russian mafia hitman.
I think you guys should take a picture of Steve today after we're done recording.
I tend to.
Put it on the Facebook and do a little poll and say yes or no. Does Steve look like you're like a redneck or like a Russian mafia hitman?
So what's the hat situation on that?
Leave it on.
All right.
It's time for the plug of the week this week. We are plugging this week the Sports podcast. Host Phil Ranta of the Comedy Podcast Network, multi-time guest on the show, producer, and Joel Anderson and Jordan Palmaville. Very funny show. They talk about sports each and every week, but Phil doesn't know a thing about sports.
He's a sports outsider.
Yeah, so it's very funny. Even if you're not a sports fan like myself, I like professional wrestling. I highly recommend the show. It's also on the Comedy Podcast Network. You can follow them on Facebook.com/sports podcast and Twitter.com/sports3podcast. So check those guys out. And it is time for jerk tweets. Each week, go to Twitter.com/curtainjerks and send us your hashtag jerk tweets. First one here is Pepsi_twist1 says, who is the bigger poop enthusiast, Chris Sabin or Randy Orton?
Does Chris Sabin have some sort of poop story?
He, on Impact a week or two ago, he said, Bully Ray is so full of crap that it's pouring out of your ears and your eyes and your mouth. But he said it in his slow, awkward Chris Sabin-y way.
That's very descriptive.
That wasn't like, oh, you burned him good. It's like, okay, wrap it up.
Like he was,
okay,
like he was thinking of it while he said, Bully Ray, you're so full of crap. It's spilling out of your ears, your eyes, and your mouth.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I still say Orton. I don't think there was a contract in that briefcase on Sunday. I think he handed over a case full of shit.
Yeah, Triple H immediately threw it in the incinerator.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Someone had a sign in the audience opposite the hard cameras on Raw the other night that said "Free Sabin," which I feel like I should know what that is, but what does that mean?
Like he was been placed under cuffs and then like they were holding him down.
I don't get that.
I didn't get it either. I saw that sign.
Sabin.
Maybe Sabin's a great talker and TNA's just been throttling him.
More pauses.
I haven't
think about it more.
I've only seen Sabin after he got that one win and he was talking, and I think Main Event Mafia came out. It was
so you
right
didn't
after
see
that
Hardcore Justice. You don't know what happened?
No, I didn't know what happened.
Oh, buddy. Well, if you're a Sabin fan, you're going to be devastated.
You are going to be devastated.
Did he lose it?
He lost it.
He lost it.
You know who helped?
Who?
Helped Bully Ray?
Who?
Tito Ortiz.
Oh.
He's a Huntington Beach bad boy, that guy.
This is Rampage Jackson coming in for the
He got hit with a hammer.
Again?
Rampage
who
got hit with a hammer.
Oh, man. Was Hardcore Justice a tag team between
This is
Rampage?
doing good things for Bellator, by the way.
Yeah.
Great things.
They know. They're going to sell an MMA fight on this crap.
Yeah, their fighter got hit in the head with a hammer.
Is
months
this
later.
this
cage
isn't-
match.
This isn't working to a main event between Rampage and Tito Ortiz.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
November.
On Bellator in November.
Yeah, pay-per-view.
It's Bellator
in
pay-per-view.
California.
In a Bellator pay-per-view. For real.
Is
Which
Bellator
was-
still owned by the Russian mob?
I don't know, Steve. Are they?
Oh, I shouldn't put
tell
that
us.
out there.
You tell us, pal.
It's Chechen. It's Chechen.
I am Alex Rude says, you both start your own wrestling companies and you can each pick any 5 active wrestlers. Who would you pick?
Oof.
Ooh, all
No
three of us.
repeats.
I think the real...
I think this is trouble because we have 5 wrestlers for a wrestling company, so one guy is always off TV each week or starting a feud.
Yeah, he's always starting a feud. The one guy is always on promo duty.
Well, what do you think, guys? What are your picks?
I think we let's go around. We each get one. So
I get to play too?
You get to play too, Mark.
All right,
You're
okay.
here.
Mark, you go first.
If it was me right now today, I'd say...
It is you right now today.
I'd say CM Punk would be my top draft pick.
Holy shit! All right, you get CM Punk. Then I'm taking Samoa Joe.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Shit.
Have you... Scott, can I ask you something? Have you been watching TNA for the last 5 years?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
That's why I take
Just
him for
checking.
my own.
Okay, I take Scrap Iron Adam Pierce.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Going indie.
Yeah, I'm the
ballsy
ROH
choice.
of this.
That is a ballsy choice. All right, Mark, you.
I mean, like, I would pick John Cena.
Who?
He's been a popular wrestler the last 10 years.
Oh, that guy's hurt. So good luck with that.
Yeah,
You
he's
just
out.
pick
He's out for 4 to 6 months.
I'm taking the question completely seriously. I would pick John Cena.
Yeah, but he's out for 4
I
to
take
6
the two
months.
biggest names in
Your
the
your
business.
pay-per-view is tomorrow.
Well, that seems ridiculous. That I would schedule a pay-per-view the day after I started
We're
my
Skyping
promotion.
live from the hospital. Here's John Cena and his football arm. I would take. Who do I take next? I take The Undertaker.
Oh, all right.
He only wrestles one time a year.
Yeah,
he's
tomorrow,
on promo duty.
Tomorrow's pay-per-view. I picked Chris Jericho.
Okay.
Can we pick guys that other people have picked?
No repeats.
You know who I
That's
like?
what it said right here in the tweet. No
I like me
repeats.
some James Storm.
Ooh, that's good.
I think he still has untapped potential as a star.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock.
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He can't wrestle at all. He's on promo duty.
Yeah, he's on promo.
He's
No,
on
I've
promo.
got him for the one pay-per-view match he's gonna do is tomorrow versus.
You're up, Mark.
Man, Bobby Roode.
Ooh. Do you tell him to grow his hair back?
No, I say keep it. Keep the look. Keep the short hair look.
Santino Marella.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I like
Need
that.
a funny guy.
Do you?
I do.
The Shield.
The whole Shield?
What? Come on.
That seems like you're cheating.
All right.
wrestler.
That's three guys.
Seth Rollins.
Try and cheat like that again, you just get Roman Reigns and you deal with it.
I could make it work. Before The Rock drafts him to your promotion.
Oh, you know who I'd pick? Here's promo duty.
This is your last guy. This is your last pick.
Paul Heyman.
Ooh, all right.
I know he's not a wrestler, but I would pick him as a talent.
Okay. My last pick. Jeff Jarrett.
Oh,
For real?
Yeah, I'm taking Jeff Jarrett.
What? Well, here's my first pay-per-view
Do you know how much people love exploding guitars? They love it. The Rock, when he has to go make a movie,
Yes.
exploding guitar hits him.
I don't think that's
The
true.
Undertaker, when he's got to go be dead again, exploding guitar hits him.
Not true.
Santino Marella, when he's too funny, exploding guitar hits him.
Nope.
You try and hit Samoa Joe, the champion, with it, doesn't work.
Samoa Joe's your champion?
That's right. Well, because he's there all the time.
My
the
final
most active
draft
guy.
pick is Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
How did we not say Brock Lesnar?
Damn it.
Jesus Christ. Although my pay-per-view main event for the first show is Bobby Roode and James Storm, managed by Paul Heyman, against John Cena and CM Punk. I think I'm making some money here, fellas.
Yeah,
One match.
Your one match pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm making
2.5
some money.
hour Iron Man
I could
tag.
sell that show tomorrow.
You could.
I
You
could
definitely
sell
could.
it tomorrow.
And then Sam Alba says, which matters more in a wrestling storyline, the logic or the execution? I.e., McMahon's and Orton make a phenomenal heel faction, but the McMahons want to ensure the company's future by promoting the guy who wanted to kill the company in 2009. To me, I would say it's like what Foley talked about, that wrestling is all about forgiveness, that it forever hinges upon the idea of forgiveness and that everyone forgives each other because they do the most terrible things to one another. So I'd say it's the execution, because they executed it extremely well on Raw with the explanation of what they did.
I thought they did too because they acknowledged the past.
Yeah.
If they didn't acknowledge that past,
That'd
it
be-
would have been really shitty, bad wrestling storytelling.
And that's why it hit so much when Stephanie's hugging Orton, that it's like it's all fine now. And,
Yes.
I mean, think of all the things that McMahon has overseen, that it's just he makes friends with everybody.
Yeah.
That him and Austin were allies, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I thought they worked hard to make sense of all that. They were like, we did what's best for business. Triple H even said...
the one time Triple H's 20-minute promo really came into play,
Yeah.
was all that justification you had to do.
Did he really do a 20-minute promo?
Oh, Jesus, yes.
Probably. Yeah. But Triple H even said, I don't like Randy Orton. I like Daniel Bryan more than I like Randy Orton, but this was the best thing to do for business. So
Yeah.
in this particular case, I thought they did a good job having logic and execution.
True. They did do a good job. Steve?
I think I would go with execution.
Yeah.
Because logic, it's guys in their underpants wrestling each other.
That's
That's
true.
That's incredibly true. I have a question for Mark. You're a big Smurfs fan. You saw Smurfs 1 in the theater.
That's true.
You saw Smurfs 2 in the theater.
That's correct.
To which you told me you enjoyed.
Loved it.
I want to know about SmurferSlam. Taking some of the big matches in SummerSlam, but replacing it with Smurfs.
Well, yeah. I mean,
What would you do?
well, I think your main event has to be Papa Smurf returning to the ring after a long absence.
Right.
Probably to take on Vanity Smurf, who's the most natural heel.
Vanity
He's
Smurf.
the gorgeous George of the Smurf world.
He's the gorgeous, right? He's the
Is
gorgeous.
Vanity Smurf really a Smurf?
yeah, he's a
Narver. Yes.
He's a Smarver.
Snarver. Snarf. He's one of the main Smurfs.
He's a Smurf and me?
He's
He's
got
one of the
blonde
main
hair.
Smurfs.
Does he have blonde hair?
Yeah.
And he's got a mirror.
Yeah.
And he
Are
always,
these in the movies or the cartoon as well?
Is he in
In
the
the movies. I am disgusted with you right now.
Well, hopefully there's
He's a
listener
major
that's
character
not.
in the movies.
I haven't seen the movies, Mark. You go without me.
You gotta have Gargamel. You know, I'm probably wrong. Papa Smurf versus Gargamel seems like the most natural main event.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't-
your
that's
that's
what
your,
you
that's
got.
your Rock versus Triple H.
Yeah, that's
the
what you gotta
WWE
do.
title.
Yeah, that's your Rock Austin. That's your Hogan Hogan Warrior. You know, that's your big one.
All right, makes sense.
Gargamel, Papa Smurf, no magic Bard.
and no cat at ringside.
No, the cat Azrael has to be hung in a little cage 20 feet above the ring.
Okay.
Sadly, though, that cage is the size of the ring because the Smurfs are so tiny.
Right. So that's your main event.
Okay.
Then I'd say probably Vanity Smurf versus Gutsy Smurf. And, Gutsy Smurf is a new invention. He was never a Smurf until the first movie. They just made him up.
Is he just the brave Smurf?
Is he like Stone Cold?
Yeah. He's more like an old school, like, 80s territory tough guy wrestler. More like a Dick Murdoch type or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Gutsy Smurf versus
Better than calling him Dick Smurf.
Dick Smurf would be a great Smurf.
Which sounds like noun then verb.
So I think they'd be, and I think Smurfette has to be involved in some way in that match.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Their fight, she manages one of them, or they're fighting for her, or
Now,
something like that.
just to be clear on this, she was in fact a butterfly that lost her wings, correct?
Smurfette?
Yes.
No. Gargamel invented. He created Smurfette. She's not truly a Smurf.
Yeah, I thought she was a
He
butterfly.
made the Lady Smurf?
Yeah, he
But
made the
didn't she
lady
have
Smurf to
wings?
go in and like seduce and trick all the Smurfs. Yeah.
This is really fucked up. This is really
Yeah, the
fucked
one
up.
lady Smurf. So it was only all man Smurfs.
That existed somehow and kept reproducing in some way.
That's correct.
And then he made a woman. He looked at them all and went like, "No, I'm gonna make a girl one."
No. What did he sound like though, Mark, when he said that?
I'm gonna make a girl Smurf. Oh. Finally, someone allows me to do this in public. My Gargamel impression I've been working on at home for. But yeah,
It's a one-man show.
no, that's the plot. So it's like there's 99 male.
Warzecha.
There's 99 male Smurfs. There's no woman Smurf. So he's like, I'm gonna make a woman Smurf to go in
99 Smurfs and the bitch ain't one.
and trick all these Smurfs because they've never seen a woman Smurf before. They'll fall for her, and then she'll lead them to my lair, and I'll get to finally trap and kill all the Smurfs.
Because he
Does
wants
he
to
eat
eat them,
them?
right? That's his.
No, he
big
wants
thing.
to suck away their magic power because they're magical.
That
wants-
sounds right.
That's
use
not
the-
the way he phrases it, right?
I want to suck all of their magic out
Well,
of
he says
them.
he wants to. He says he wants to steal their Smurf essence.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh my god, this is supremely fucked up. Okay.
Now, why do they wear pants and not shirts?
It's a good question. I mean, they're men. Why not? And they're in a nice.
That's where they fit in with wrestling quite well.
I mean, they're in a nice warm village. I don't think they're
She
chilly.
wears a shirt, right?
Yeah, she wears a dress.
It's
Oh,
it's
okay.
kind of like a little halter, right? It's like a 1960s sort of miniskirt deal.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's like a little dress.
What
I
does
like their
Gargamel
hats
wear?
too. He
Gargamel, he
wears a
just-
dress also. He wears a very long dress.
Yeah, he does. He wears like a long black cloak or gown of some kind.
And he has no wife.
No, he has no wife. He has a talking cat.
Azrael.
The cat talks?
Azrael. Yeah, every once in a while. Azrael mostly meows, but every once in a while he'll say a word.
I used to think that Gargamel might have also been Dr. Claw in Inspector Gadget when I was a kid.
Yeah, I
That-
could see that.
That he just, it was, like he also had a cat and then just sat in a
And he
chair.
has
just
an
put on
an
iron
Amon Ra
glove.
mask for who's Amon Ra? That's from Mummies Alive, or is that from He-Man?
I don't know. Not He-Man.
No, because everybody had the last name of Man.
Yeah.
Skeletor Man.
Or Tor, like it would be like Stinkor.
Oh no, Amon-Ra was
Skeletor.
was Thundercats, right? The Mummy.
Mum-Ra.
Oh, that's
Mum-Ra.
Mum-Ra.
Yeah.
No, that's who's the guy who takes your heart out in Temple of
Mola
Doom?
Ram.
Okay. Who am I thinking?
Karen
Allen.
We do not know.
So back to SummerSlam. Then we had Lesnar. And,
You know, can I pitch a podcast to Phil? They do the sports podcast. This was so much fun. Why can't I do the Smurfs podcast?
do you think you have enough to run with?
It'll be just like what we just did. You
Okay.
guys do it with me, and you just ask me Smurf questions, and I'll answer.
Well, you know, now with 2 movies, you've also got 2 entirely different production crews to interview.
That's true.
Opposed
Yes.
to all the original
Yes,
animators
yes,
who were,
yes.
died of lead poisoning because of the paints.
right.
Right.
SummerSlam. For me, this was match of the night.
Hanna-Barbera, those barbarians. Sorry, I'll drop it.
Match of the night for me was Punk and Lesnar. Like that was me. I was the most riveted during that match. Like that was amazing.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was so great.
Back and forth, just so many stakes and cliffhangers was really cool.
Crowd was like hot live. I haven't watched it back, like I said, on TV, and I don't know how this read on TV, but the crowd was pretty insane live for it. And I love the I didn't like the Cena Bryan match as much, but the Cena Bryan match was also great.
Yes.
And the entire finishing sequence from Bryan going over clean to
From that move out of nowhere, which it sounded like that was the one thing people got upset about. It's like, well, he hit that move out of nowhere and won. That's what got me.
that's what was awesome about
That
it.
was he hit that knee.
He put him away.
like a freight
Yeah.
train. He was so fast, and when it was done, it was done. It was like, what? Yes.
And that's what I wanted post WrestleMania. It's like, stop doing just the finisher match where it's just finisher versus finisher versus finisher versus finisher.
Make a new
which is
move.
what-
Make a new threat.
But
Make
don't-
something new and.
But like most indie wrestling, or even what you see on ROH, it's they win on a move.
Yeah.
It's not always the finisher. They
Right.
just happen to get him with something that makes sense with the course of the match. Like he's been doing damage to the head, did a move to the head, knocked him
It
out.
legitimizes things. I feel like when you finish a move with something that's not the finisher, you've suddenly made it like, oh, this
you've
can happen.
changed expectations.
Game of Thrones is the best example. If you kill off characters that are main characters, suddenly when there's a dangerous situation, you're like anyone's at risk.
Walking Dead too.
Yeah, they can kill anybody, and
Right.
if you win
And
with
the
a move
Smurfs,
that's not a
right?
pin,
Don't they kill? They kill.
Not
them.
yet.
Oh, okay.
Smurf burgers, Smurgers.
But yeah, if you felt like, I think that'd be a great thing for wrestling to have in general, of like, hey, you never really know for sure. We're willing to end a match on any move, even if it's not the guy's finishers.
Right.
And then you've established that move as being dangerous. It's like it's better than having 6 guys get tap out to some weird submission move.
And it's better variety for the show. Like we saw Lesnar beat Punk with an F5 on a chair, but then Bryan's getting Cena clean in the face with a knee to the head.
Yeah. But that whole sequence from the finish of that match to Bryan's celebration to Triple H pedigree to Orton cash in and win. I know a lot of people on the internet are like pissed about it, but I thought it was phenomenal. It was perfectly executed.
Yes.
Catapulted them into a great storyline for they'll take them through the rest of the year. It was great.
They
I
got
loved
me
it.
legit pissed at the show in the sense of like, fuck, like he won. I got sucked in and was mad.
Yeah.
Like they made me go home angry.
Yeah.
And then you have to watch Raw.
Yeah.
And then I
I was
excited.
I'm like, fucking, you did this with Del Rio 2 years ago. Like, cut it out. Stop when I show up, having the guy with the Money in the Bank case win and take it all away.
Yeah, put that guy in a cage somewhere so he can't always ruin the main event. I think what was really exciting to me is now I would be willing to watch Triple H and Daniel Bryan, like on the way to Orton. Like I think all of that's there. I think like I would be like, ordinarily you're like, oh man, Triple H is reserved for whoever's coming in. It's like The Undertaker or Brock Lesnar. It's like, no, have him work with somebody who's working day to day. That's exciting to me.
Yeah.
Although I bet Triple H is the end of the storyline.
That's such a shame.
I bet he is.
The man
I
who
bet
screwed him
Triple
over.
H is the WrestleMania match.
No,
I bet you Triple H takes the title away from Daniel Bryan for himself.
Yeah, maybe at WrestleMania.
Yes. No. Before that.
But the show was great. Out of all
He'll
the,
take it away before.
they've done 5
Rumble.
SummerSlams here in a row now. I think, right?
I think so.
I thought this was definitely the strongest
Yes.
show. It was the hottest crowd.
Oh, yeah, some good fucking looking people there.
Hey, it's Hollywood, buddy.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. Great live show.
Yeah, it was a really, really fun show, a real blast. I don't know how they're going to top it next year. There's rumor of it's not going to be.
Yeah,
next
I know.
year.
That's what
But they
people are
said
saying.
that they'd said that about this year. I thought.
They had said that about this year.
Yeah, I
they were
think-
like, we're not going to come back, and then they did.
I think that there's something about SummerSlam. I commented to Mark while we were watching it. Is so much of the show actually feels like they're trying to show LA, like, hey, we can do this too. We're making entertainment. And then I always imagine they go and do meetings, and they're like, so what do you want to do? It's like, well, we do wrestling. And, like, it's always sort of like, well, we can do movies. And it's like, oh, yeah, movies. It's always, they never seem to know what they want, but they're always like, spectacle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to kind of get off on being here all week, and they're doing events in town all week. A lot of them don't. I don't see them online or anything, but you kind of hear about them living here in town. Like, there's this thing at this Beverly Hills hotel the other night, and they're doing like stuff in town, and they clearly seem to kind of get off on like, we're Hollywood for the week. We come in and rub elbows with the business.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
really like
So
that.
I doubt they'd want to lose that entirely.
Yeah, I think there's like that first one, WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, was sort of, I felt like the first step in that direction where they were sort of had everybody doing the quotes and shooting those scenes for movies. I feel like that was sort of them like, yeah, let's do it, guys.
But all that being said, it is definitely not Vince McMahon's style to run an event in the same city year after year like this. He's never done it with any other time.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for when he was just based out of New York doing stuff there, but that was their home base, like where they could always set up.
Right.
Not like this.
No.
Well, speaking of, to wrap up the show, someone who's not coming back, the news broke today. It's nowhere near as big as SummerSlam, but it should be. Brooke Hogan is gone from TNA. Why are you laughing, Mark? Brooke Hogan is out of a job.
I think she'll be okay.
Yeah, maybe she's saved.
I feel bad for
You
Bully
mean like
Ray.
she's a Christian?
Yeah, no, maybe she's saved.
Or like
not
she's having sex on a pew somewhere?
No, she's saved, not she's saved.
Oh, I see.
She's saved, not she's saved.
She's saving
She's
herself for
saved.
marriage?
Yeah. Well, she's married.
She's double married, right?
Who else
Or
is
no,
she
she's
No,
married.
she's engaged.
She's
She didn't get married, did she? She got
No
engaged.
wonder
she's
Bully
married
Ray
to
will
Bully
say-
Ray.
Yeah, no
Oh,
matter
yeah.
he's a heel.
Mark, you laugh at everything going on with Brooke.
Well, I feel bad for Bully Ray. I think he was going to try to work this out with her, and now she's gone. He's got to settle for Brooke Tessmacher. I mean, that's
Is that what's
sad.
going to happen? you
Yeah.
think?
Spoiler alert.
Oh,
Sorry, everyone.
spoiler alert! Someone way hotter.
Are they just going to put a
more
wig
entertaining.
on Tessmacher and say it's Hogan?
Say it's Brooke.
Yeah, it's Brooke.
Well, we had some requests
Brooke. Sideways glance.
that some of our listeners wanted to hear Iron Sheik's thoughts on this.
Oh yeah, we should ask him.
I don't see why. I mean, I guess
You
the
don't see
Hogan-
why? I mean, he's a big fan of TNA, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah, he loves Hogan's involvement.
Well, I don't know if he does.
Oh
like
shit, Scott! Here he comes.
Okay. What?
Iron Sheik, thank you for joining us today on Curtain Jerks.
It's okay. We talk about
Yeah. Just a couple of questions. The first one we wanted to start off with.
number one.
Number one. How do you feel about Brooke Hogan being released from TNA?
Brooke Hogan, she gone. She's not there no more. She's now my sex slave.
What?
She's a sex slave.
No.
I make her my wife.
I-
Wife number 19.
Where do you live?
What where the fuck you live, huh?
I live
I
in
come to your
Los
house, crush your dick.
Well, you're very close.
Where do you live?
But stop
Give me
hovering
a-
your hand
Give
in
me
front of
a-
my dick.
Give me address.
No,
Give me
you-
numbers.
you keep
number.
hovering your hand in front- No.
Give me
I'm-
one number.
I'm gonna put this,
4,
What?
4, 5,
You-
6.
stop.
Crush dick. Yeah.
Got my bottle.
Very crafty.
Yeah, I tried.
She my sex slave wife.
Did she sing?
What, she sing when I want to go to sleep and make my dick soft. My dick always hard. Whenever I want to go to sleep or watch TV show, I have Brooke sing to my dick.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, make my dick soft.
That
You
sounds
want Brooke to
really-
make your dick soft? She sing to you.
That sounds really terrible. You know what? I'm not a fan of Brooke Hogan, but I would say I don't think
That's
anybody...
my wife you're speaking of.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Back off.
You said sex slave. You didn't
Yes,
say-
wife number 19 is sex slave.
Oh, right. I would never wish that on anyone, Mr. Sheik.
Sheik, I've always found Brooke to be a little, well, please don't take this the wrong way, but a little manly.
Yeah, she like a Hogan.
Yeah.
She like a big Hogan. That's how I get back at him. Taking my title, I take it his daughter.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of old world of you. It's sort of like it feels like a fairy tale or an Arabian Night or
I sabotage his son car when he drive.
oh.
Oh no, Sheik.
What?
Sheik, no.
He took my title.
You are a heel. You are a heel.
Sheik,
I
that's
make
so awful.
I make a Linda Hogan wife number 16.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I take everything
Man,
from
Sheik,
him.
you are on a tear
I forgot to
today.
put bullets in his gun for when he tried to kill himself.
You are fucking loaded right now, I'll tell you that.
I'm a bad guy.
You are a bad guy.
What do you expect from the Sheik?
I don't know.
Sheik, you know what you could do is dress Brooke up in a Hulkamania outfit before you make love to her.
Oh, then tear the ass out. Tear the ass, the shorts out, and
Yeah.
then she hook up.
Yeah.
And then I make her humble.
Yeah, you might enjoy that.
So good, yes, good. She lose her job now. She work full time for me. I'm very happy.
What did she really do at TNA?
Well, she just was in charge of the women's division. That's what she.
That's what she do for me too. She in charge of all the other wives.
Yeah, but was she qualified to run the women's
No.
division?
No, she's terrible at it. We get wife number 20 to supervise her.
Well, she aside from the weird polyamorous.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. What? Thanks, Mark. Who would have been the better pick for a TNA Women's Division head?
Who better pick?
Yeah,
Linda Hogan.
that's worse.
No,
than,
she way better.
that's
No.
worse than Brooke
Oh,
Hogan.
very better.
At
Why?
least,
Why, Sheik?
Why? Because she no take shit from Hogan.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true.
She crack a whip.
Yeah, she divorced him, right?
Yeah, that's right. She divorced. She married me.
Yeah.
She get back at Hogan.
Sheik, is it true that wife number 8 is Nikolai Volkov?
That is true. Number 8, Nikolai Volkov. Number 18, Chris Sabin.
Chris Sabin.
Yes, Chris
That's
Sabin.
why it says free Sabin.
Free Sabin.
On those
No
posters.
way, he's mine.
Free him from the Iron
Free him
Sheik?
from- the
Never.
Iron
He's
Sheik.
mine forever.
Oh man, Sabin, we're sorry, buddy.
No, he's my wife.
All right, well,
Give me her dick.
Oh God!
Whoa.
Ah.
I just have to put my water bottle in front of my crotch each time.
Arthritis, get to me.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
Hey, how's your baby?
Oh, my baby. I don't know. I give it to Brooke.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I'm a bad daddy.
You are, Sheik.
I'm a bad daddy.
You're a heel dad?
Yes. I tried to give my son to Hulk Hogan.
That's a bad deal.
That's a bad deal.
That's a bad
I tried to kill his son.
Yeah. Oh, Sheik.
What? I'm a bad guy.
Sheik, is there any chance you're going to make a return to the ring
Yes,
anytime soon?
I'm going to be champion soon.
Yeah, to TNA maybe?
Yeah, I'm going to fight Randy Orton.
Oh, Randy Orton? Yeah,
So
yeah.
WWE.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
You
no.
think I'm a stupid fuck?
No, I don't
I'm
think
no
you-
stupid fuck.
I was just
Look at you. You look like a Russian. You look like a Nikolai Volkov.
Do I look like your wife?
Yes, you look like a wife number 8.
Nikolai Volkov.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I fight Randy Orton for championship.
Oh, wow. So you've been keeping up on WWE. That he just won the title the other day.
Yeah, well, people fill me in. My
Oh.
wives tell me what's going on. Chris Sabin, he told me because he wants to know and go and be champion over there. I said, no, you can't talk.
Look, with Brooke, aren't you worried that Bully Ray or Brooke's fiance, the football player, are going to come after you, Sheik?
Football? No. Football for gay.
For gays?
Football for gay. Football.
It seems to be very popular. in the
He
United
can't do
States.
anything. What? He's Darren Young, right? He can't do it. He can't touch me.
Well, Darren Young, yeah, he's openly gay.
Darren
WWE
Young
wrestler.
is a Brooke Hogan so-called.
Well, you tweeted something about Darren Young, didn't you? Say that he was
I
very...
tweet all the time.
Yeah, but you
Be
said he
more
was very
specific.
brave, right? You were in support of Darren Young.
Yeah, good for him. That take a man to take a dick.
Yeah, I guess it does take a man.
Take a strong man. Give me your dick.
Nope. God.
I'm a man.
Yes.
I
you-
take your dick with me.
you're
Make it
very
my wife.
strong. You're very strong.
Give me your dick. I make it my wife. Wife 21.
Only if you dress it up.
Okay, I look good now. Dress up your dick.
Sheik, are you jealous at all that Darren Young became the first openly gay WWE superstar? 'Cause
No,
you could have done that.
I could have done that, but no, I'm not. No, I'm not upset about it. No, it's fine. If he wants to be a gay wrestler, he be gay. But the Hulk Hogan, first gay wrestler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at me. I ripped my shirt in half. That's gay.
Yeah, okay.
That is a gay. I put him in the camel clutch. That's how gay he is.
What about when you used to juggle those like wooden spoons or whatever?
Oh,
they were?
juggle the wooden spoon.
Yeah, that was a little gay.
A little gay,
It's
but
suggestive.
yeah, I hint at the gay because if anybody called me gay, I put them in the camel clutch to show how gay they are. Like a bronzel. Oh, the
No, wait, what was that?
the
last one?
the
A
bronzel.
Yeah, jumping Jim Brunson.
Yes, oh, gay faggot. I put him in the camel clutch because he dressed like his friend. Killer bees.
Oh yeah, they matched it.
Oh, let's
They
dress
matched it.
alike. Oh, that's so gay.
Well, they're tag teams.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
they
they're on
sting
the same-
people with their
they
little
know they're on the
buzzers.
same
They're
team.
super gay. Don't like it. I leave now.
Oh,
That's it, Cheek?
Why? What else you want from me?
I don't
I'm
know,
a bad
that's-
guy.
okay.
You get all upset when I talk about trying to kill Nick Hogan.
Well,
Pizza
yeah,
bagel?
it was offensive, Cheek.
How am I going to kill Nick Hogan with a pizza bagel?
I just was offering you a pizza bagel.
I'm going back to a Bummer Bang.
It's apartment bang.
Yeah. Bye, Cheek.
Guys, that wraps up the show.
All right.
Mark, in closing,
I'm
what
Marc
do
Warzecha.
what do you got coming up? What's some big plug? At Marc Warzecha on Twitter.
Yeah. I've been recently reactive on Twitter
Yes.
and on Twitter. I call it Twitter. And I'm directing this new kind of wrestling web series.
Right.
You can find the trailer for it right now on YouTube. It's On Your Mark Show or On Your Mark Wrestling. You can search on YouTube and you'll see the trailer. It's a 2-minute trailer for a new wrestling series. Got to meet a lot of great wrestlers. Joey Ryan's on it. John Morrison, Sim Bodie, Katie Burchill, who Katrina Waters and
Brian Kendrick.
just Nigel McGuinness, great people on it. It's been a little tough. Well, people will understand when they see it. It's been a little tough working with the
Yeah, you
host-
got to see this trailer. You
the
got to
ho-
subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, working with the host of the show has been a little difficult, but
Marquee Extreme.
Marquee Extreme, but had a lot of fun meeting some of the cool wrestlers. So
Yeah, and you
we're
were
trying to
at a
make the best
show-
we can out of it.
You were at a show this past weekend, and there were 3 more interviews. I know.
Yeah.
Can we get a reveal of one of these interviews?
I'll give this hint.
Okay, a
one
hint.
of
Ooh.
one of the wrestlers that we interviewed this past weekend
Yes.
was mentioned as one of our top 5 draft picks.
The Rock.
Maybe another one.
But I hope people will check out the trailer and hope they like it.
Yeah, youtube.com/onyourmarkshow.
There it is.
Yeah, you got to subscribe to that channel, and you will be up to date on what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and there will be more footage released soon, I hear.
Yes, there will be.
Okay, well, so wraps up another Curd Jerk show. Mark, thank you for coming back.
I'm Marc Warzecha.
And I'm Scott Narver.
And I'm Steve Sears.
Enjoy your wrestling, kids.
Scott, what a great show today.
One of the best, always the best.
Great bests.
If you want to get interactive with Curtain Jerks, which I know you do, Steve,
Absolutely. That would be another great best thing to do.
go to facebook.com/Curtain Jerks.
Hey, that's a great place to see photos of you with wrestlers and interact with
stupid.
us. The
I look
hosts.
stupid.
Hey, you look pretty classy.
But yeah, get interactive with us. You can talk with us on there. We post matches, photos, videos, all kinds of stuff.
Is there another way we can interact with our fans?
We can interact with all these jerks at Twitter. Twitter.com/Curtain Jerks.
What a great Twitter handle.
We tweet all the time.
We
love
tweet at
the
breakfast.
tweets.
We do live tweets of shows, live tweets of live events.
I should wake up for breakfast.
Yeah, you should. You could tweet it.
And of course, listening to Curtain Jerks is massively important. Listen to Curtain Jerks on comedypodcastnetwork.com, Stitcher Radio, and iTunes. All free.
Rate and review us on iTunes. Makes a big difference to
That's
us.
huge.
Yeah,
That's huge.
fantastic.
Makes us a global phenomenon.
You have received this transmission from the Comedy Podcast Network. For more shows, visit comedypodcastnetwork.com.